Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. Here is Asma Shaheen, education wali from Rehan School Islamabad campus. As you know, we are doing our teacher training course, and today I am going to do a session with Sesame Maya, and the topic is about the impact of AI on our education system. So, this is a very interesting topic that we are going to discuss with CSAM. So, let's start our today topic.
Hi there. What's up?
Hi, Maya. How are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. Just hanging out in the digital realm. It's nice to actually chat. What's
Oh,
on your mind today?
yeah, I have another very interesting topic to discuss with you, and that is the impact of AI on our education system.
Ooh, nice. So, okay, yeah, that's a big one. It feels like everyone's talking about it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Where do you want to start with that?
Let's start with general understanding that first of all, tell me what is artificial intelligence in simple terms, especially for students and teachers.
Okay, good place to start. So, basically, artificial intelligence is about making computers think and learn like humans, but like way faster and with a lot more data. It's not about robots taking over the world, haha. It's more about giving computers the ability to solve problems, recognize patterns, and make decisions. For students, think of it like the stuff that powers those personalized recommendations on TikTok or helps Google Translate work. For teachers, it's the tools that can help grade papers faster, identify students who might be struggling. It's really about tools that augment what they already do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. How is AI currently being used in classrooms around the world?
Okay, so it's popping up everywhere, honestly. There's personalized learning software that adjusts to each student's pace. Like if you're struggling with fractions, it'll give you more practice on those. Then there's automated grading for things like multiple choice tests, which saves teachers a ton of time. Some schools are using AI powered tutoring systems that can answer student questions 24/7. This is kind of cool. There's AI that can help create accessible learning materials for students with disabilities. I even heard about a school using AI to detect when students are getting frustrated during a lesson so the teacher can step in and help. It's not super widespread yet, but it's happening. It's also showing up in administrative tasks like scheduling and even helping with things like predicting student enrollment. It's definitely a growing thing.
Okay, Maya, can you share some real life example of AI tools used in education?
For sure. Okay, so there's Duolingo, which a lot of people know for language learning. It uses AI to personalize lessons. Then there's Sentry Tech, which is used in some schools in the UK. It adapts to each student's learning style and provides personalized pathways. Grammarly is another one that students are using a lot. It helps with writing and gives feedback on grammar and style. And for teachers, there's this tool called Gradescope, which uses AI to speed up grading, especially for STEM subjects. There's also quill.org, which uses AI to help students improve their writing skills. And a newer one is magicschool.ai, which is designed specifically for teachers to help with lesson planning, creating assessments, and even writing emails to parents. It's a lot, haha.
Yeah,
Those are just a few, though. New ones are popping up all the time.
yeah. Now
So,
let's discuss
what are your
impact on
thoughts?
students. How can AI help students improve their learning experiences?
Okay, so lots of ways. I think the biggest one is personalization. AI can really tailor learning to each student's needs and pace. No more one size fits all stuff. It can identify where students are struggling and provide targeted support, and it can also challenge students who are ready to move ahead. It can also give students instant feedback, which is super helpful. And it's not just about academics. AI can help develop soft skills too, like problem solving and critical thinking through simulations and games. Plus, a lot of these tools are just more engaging than traditional methods, which can make learning more fun. It feels less like homework and more like, well, something more interesting, Leno. It's not a replacement for teachers, though. It's more like a really powerful assistant. What do you think about that?
Um, Jason, do you think AI is making students more dependent on technology rather than thinking critically?
Ooh, well, it's a really good question. And it's something people are definitely worried about, honestly. There's a risk, absolutely. Students become too reliant on AI to solve problems for them. They might not develop those critical thinking skills themselves. It's kind of like relying on a calculator all the time instead of learning your times tables, right? But I think it really comes down to how it's used. If teachers use AI as a tool to encourage exploration and problem solving rather than just giving students the answers, then it can actually enhance critical thinking. It's all about striking a balance, I think, and teaching students how to evaluate information and not just blindly trust what an AI tells them. It's a skill in itself, learning to question it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. My next question from you is, how does AI support personalized learning?
Okay, so AI personalizes learning by looking at a whole bunch of data about each student. Things like their performance on assessments, their learning style. Do they learn better by seeing, hearing, or doing? Their strengths and weaknesses, even their pace of learning. Then it uses that data to create a customized learning path for each student. It might recommend specific resources, adjust the difficulty level of assignments, or provide targeted feedback. Think of it like Netflix recommending shows you might like, but for education, it's all about figuring out what works best for each individual student and tailoring the learning experience to their needs. And it's not just about the content either. It can also personalize the way the content is delivered. Some students might prefer videos, while others might prefer reading articles. It's pretty neat, actually.
Okay, so now let's discuss impact on teachers. Can AI replace teachers in the future?
Okay, that's the $1 million question, right? And honestly, I don't think so. Like, absolutely not. AI can automate a lot of tasks, like grading and administrative stuff, freeing up teachers to focus on what they do best, building relationships with students, fostering creativity, and providing emotional support. It can't replace the human connection, the empathy, the ability to adapt to unexpected situations. Those things are crucial for effective teaching. I think the future of education is more about AI and teachers working together. AI is a tool to enhance teaching, not replace it. Teachers will need to learn how to use these tools effectively, of course, but they'll still be essential. Plus, who's going to deal with the inevitable classroom chaos if not a human teacher? What are your thoughts on that? Do you see a future where teachers are less central?
Okay, so how can AI make a teacher's job easier and more efficient?
Right. Okay, so where do I even begin? AI can handle a lot of the administrative tasks that eat up teachers' time, grading, lesson planning, creating quizzes, even sending out parent communications. Can analyze student data to identify those who are falling behind and need extra help so teachers can intervene quickly. It can also provide personalized learning resources for students, saving teachers time on differentiation. And it can automate tasks like scheduling parent teacher conferences. Honestly, it's about taking the stuff off their plate that isn't actually teaching so they can focus on the things that really matter, connecting with students and fostering a love of learning. It's like having a really efficient assistant who can handle a lot of the behind the scenes work. It allows the teacher to actually, teach.
Okay, what are some AI tools every teacher should know about?
Ooh, good question. Okay, so I'd say definitely start with magicschool.ai. It's really geared towards teachers and can help with just about everything. Then there's quizzes, which is a fun way to create engaging quizzes and track student progress. Canva is great for creating visuals for lessons or presentations, and it has some AI powered design features now. Grammarly is super helpful for both teachers and students for writing and editing. And then there's DeFit, which helps teachers differentiate instruction by creating different versions of the same text at different reading levels. Oh, and Copilot, it can help with lesson planning and generating ideas. Those are a good starting point, honestly. There's a lot out there, but those are some of the most useful and accessible ones. It feels overwhelming, I know, but start small. What do you think? Any of those sound interesting to you?
Yeah, I'm using these tools and getting benefits from these tools. Yes, you are right. What are some, let's discuss about educational inequality accessibility. Does AI help bridge the education gap between rich and poor students?
That's a really important question, and it's complicated, honestly. AI has the potential to really level the playing field because it can provide personalized learning experiences to students, regardless of their background or location. Like a student in a rural area with limited resources can access the same high quality learning materials as a student in a wealthy school district. It can also provide access to tutoring and support that might otherwise be unavailable. But there's a big but. Access to technology and reliable internet is still a major barrier for many students from low income families. And if AI tools are expensive or require specialized training, that could actually widen the gap. So it really depends on how it's implemented. We need to make sure that everyone has access to these tools and the training to use them effectively. It's about equitable access, not just access. Does that make sense? It's not
Yeah,
a
it
magic
makes
bullet,
sense.
but it could
How will classrooms look
good.
in the next 10 years with AI integration?
Ooh, that's fun to think about. I imagine classrooms will be a lot more personalized and flexible, less rows of desks, more collaborative learning spaces. You'll probably see a lot more use of VR and AR for immersive learning experiences, like taking virtual field trips to ancient Rome or dissecting a frog without the mess. Haha. AI tutors will be common, providing individualized support to students as needed. Teachers will be more like facilitators, guiding students through their learning journeys and providing personalized feedback. And data analytics will be used to track student progress and identify areas where they need help. It won't be all robots and screens, though. I think there'll still be a strong emphasis on social emotional learning and building relationships. But overall, it'll be a much more dynamic and technology rich environment. It's less about lecturing and more about experiencing and creating. It's kind of exciting, actually. What do you envision?
Yeah, these all are exciting. And can you please tell me how can we ensure AI in education is used responsibly and ethically?
That's so important. Okay. So, first, we need to address data privacy. Student data needs to be protected, and there needs to be transparency about how it's being used. Then there's bias. AI algorithms can perpetuate existing biases if they're not carefully designed and monitored. So, we need to make sure these tools are fair and equitable for all students. It's also important to teach students about AI literacy, how AI works, its limitations, and how to use it responsibly. And we need to provide ongoing professional development for teachers so they can understand how to use these tools effectively and ethically. Finally, there needs to be clear guidelines and regulations around the use of AI in education. It's not just about the technology, it's about the values that guide its use. It's a constant conversation, really. You can't just set it and forget it. It requires ongoing attention and critical thinking.
Okay. So in future, should AI be taught as a subject in schools?
Absolutely. I think that's a fantastic idea. It's not just about teaching kids to code, it's about teaching them to understand how AI works, its potential, and its limitations. Like it's becoming such a pervasive part of our lives. It's crucial that students develop AI literacy, the ability to critically evaluate and use AI tools responsibly. It's like learning about electricity or the internet. Understanding the fundamentals will empower them to be informed citizens and prepare them for the future workforce. Plus, it could inspire some of them to become the AI developers and ethicists of tomorrow. What do you think? That's something you've considered at Rayon School?
Yeah, we are using AI, and the Rehan school is based on AI. So I'm aware of the value of AI. So my last question from you is, what are the risks of using AI in education, especially regarding data privacy?
Okay, good point to end on. And you being at an AI focused school, you're already ahead of the curve thinking about this. So, the biggest risk is definitely data privacy. AI systems collect a lot of data about students, their performance, their learning styles, even their behavior. That data needs to be securely stored and protected from unauthorized access. There's also the risk of data breaches where sensitive student information could be compromised. And then there's the issue of data mining, using student data for purposes other than education, like targeted advertising. Another risk is algorithmic bias, which we talked about earlier. If the algorithms are biased, they could perpetuate inequalities and disadvantage certain groups of students. And finally, there's the risk of over reliance on AI, which could stifle creativity and critical thinking. It's a lot to consider, but being aware of these risks is the first step in mitigating them. You're already doing the work, though, by prioritizing these concerns at Rayhan School.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Myra,
all
for
right.
the session. And it was very interesting information that you share with me. I'm grateful to you. So we will discuss another topic later. For today, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Asma. I really enjoyed chatting with you too. It's always a good conversation. Definitely reach out when you're ready for another topic. Have a good one.
Have you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Goodbye.